Okay, let's quickly look at the modes. Let's quickly look at the modes of transport and the factors of choice. Can you confirm? I can see my screen.
Can see your screen.
Okay, class, can you confirm that you are gaining one or two things from this course? Can you just confirm to me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
Confirmed.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Confirm, sir.
confirmed.
Let us see transportation modes and factors of choice of those modes. Now, if either you did geography or not, just hear me. I always like to teach these transportation modes using the structure of the heart. The structure of the heart dictates to us that you can come from beneath. You can trace it from beneath or you trace it from up. And when you trace it from beneath, you have the hydrosphere. Please, if you did structure of the heart in any course, kindly follow me in this description. You have the hydrosphere, am I correct? On top of the hydrosphere, you have biosphere. Before the biosphere, you have the lithosphere. After lithosphere to biosphere, after biosphere, you have from hydrosphere to lithosphere to biosphere to atmosphere. In the atmospheric region, in the structure of the earth, you have the ionosphere, troposphere, and stratosphere. So that suggests that you have different spheres. In all these spheres, there are movements that are going on. Either you look at it from the atmospheric region to the hydrospheric region, or you look at it from the hydrospheric region to the atmospheric region. You have movements. That is the basis of this classification that I present to you. Now, if you look at it from the hydrospheric region, you have water, you have land, and you have air. Every other thing is long story. Now, if we go by water, we are saying that water mode of transportation. That is the mode. The means is the submarine. The means is the ship. The means is the ferry, and so on. Then land, you have rail, you have road. How many of you know the tram track? They use it in developed countries. Can somebody quickly tell us about tram track in the mode of transport? Tram track. Okay, let me continue. The tram track is an extension of the rail track. The tram track is on the road surface, but it has its own track, but it uses the same surface with the road. Unlike the rail line that has some extrusions, some physical extrusions that is showing that it is not on the same plane with the road level. Kindly confirm that you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear
I
you.
hear you, but your explanation is not clear, sir.
You can hear you, sir.
Okay, now I'm talking about tram. Tram is like a train. A train is, let me show face so that the explanation will come out of my face. Now, if you have been to any of the countries under the developed countries, we have train and we have tram. We have rail and we have tram track. The tram is like an extension of the train service, and it is the one that penetrates into the inner city. The major roads, like the distributor road, like, I don't know whether, okay, we have road classification in this class, like the distributor road, like the collector roads, they are where the rail walk. Then for local road that are even close to places of access in some very busy environments in developed countries, we have the tram. It is the tram that goes inside. just as you have auto rickshaws inside some areas in Lagos, tram track is also applicable to the interior areas of Lagos, of places, developed countries. For example, in UAE, for example, in India, for example, in what's the name of this small country that is doing well? Singapore. So what I'm saying is that it is like a rail system, but this one has its network, just like if you don't look at the road surface very well, you will not know that there is a tram track inside in the setting of the road network on the same plane level, but it is made with steel, just like you have the rail made with steel that the train will move on the rail track. So the same thing is applicable to that. So that is for the tram track, different from the rail. Then the road is also under land. Then the pipeline. You will agree with me that pipeline could also be a subset of water, because at times it could pass through water. Class, am I communicating? Pipeline, at times it passes through water. The tram track is passed through road. So don't restrict yourself to pipeline as a subset of land mode. No. At times, there are some authorities you will visit. They will tell you that you have water mode, rail mode, road mode, pipeline, and air. They are all correct. But what I have done is to follow the structure of the art and bring out the specifics in each of the spheres. Brought out 3 spheres: the hydrosphere, the lithosphere, and the atmosphere. So in these 3 spheres, I've been able to bring out their specifics. So you can put pipeline under water specifics, and you can also put pipeline under air if it is above the natural ground level. So let us look at the characteristics as applicable. Now, class, you have to be very attentive at this point. You see these 8 characteristics. We will look at them, and you will tell me, I will tell you the meaning, then you will tell me which of the modes has its application. Because I found that you can repeat these 8, maybe 4 or 3 of these 8 characteristics for each of the modes of transport. Now, for each of the modes, yes. Now, for the characteristics of the different modes of transport, let's assume that I want to do characteristics of road. If you want to do the characteristics, kindly strongly note that you should use under the land, you should speak straight to road. You know, there are many. You can't just generalize. Don't just generalize for land alone. Speak straight to road in specifics, that these are the characteristics. Speak straight to rail in specifics. Speak straight to tram track in specifics. Speak straight to pipeline in specifics. Is that okay? So now it is flexible. When we talk about flexible, we are talking about door-to-door service. When I come back to it, you are going to tell me which of those modes will give us door-to-door service. It has an affordable fare. Which one is affordable to you? It is your individual experience. The next one is, it is expensive to operate. Which one is expensive to operate? The next one is, if accident occurs, it could be fatal. Which one is that? It is the best in fluid substance movement. Which one? It is the best for bulky goods. Which one? It is the fastest. Which one? Maintenance is very expensive. Which one? In fact, I should put, it requires sophisticated equipment for operations. Then the question is, which one? So now let's look at it together. Let's look at it together. The mic is open for everyone now. It is flexible. Which of the modes, under the characteristics of transport, which of the modes is flexible that provides door-to-door service?
Road.
Land.
Road.
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 For those who are
Land.
following the instruction, is road. Land under road under land.
Under land.
Yes, we should be specific so that we will not get it twisted. We should be specific at this point of characteristics. That is the instruction. Follow instructions. Thank you so much. Land goes for number 1, right? Number 2, it has an affordable fare. Now, class, there is a difference. I was saying something yesterday. I don't know whether the network allowed you to get it. There is a difference between. Okay, let me not start from there. Let me ask you, what is cost correct?
No, transport fare.
Is transport fare correct? Is transport cost correct? Just 2 persons. Is transport cost correct? Is transport fare correct?
Transport cost. Transport fare.
Sir, there are 2 different
Yes.
things, but I mean,
Okay.
they could mean 2 different things.
Okay. Let's listen together. I'm hearing you.
Okay,
All
so
ears.
transport fare is what is the amount you pay to move from point A to point B. Whilst
Okay.
transportation costs are like the variable cost put together to move an item, such as maybe maintenance cost, distance. So there are variables, a lot of variables to make sure that that item is moved.
Okay. Now, that is number 1. Another person.
All right, so from
That's one
what
observation.
so from what the previous person said, I can tell that transport fare has to do with maybe human, and the other one has to do with maybe objects, or maybe just my point of view.
Okay, let me come in so that we can
Yes, sir.
save more time. Okay, Mr. Pius.
Okay. Transport cost refers to the total expenses you spend in the movement. While
Okay.
transport fare refers to the cost a passenger pay for just a particular aspect of the journey.
Okay, let me land my point now. Now, it is wrong for you to say transport fare. There is nothing like transport fare professionally, because fare means the money you pay for that movement. The 2 things you have explained is still money paid for movements, either passengers or non-passengers. It is the money you are paid, especially as it concerns passengers. So don't join them as from now that there is one associate professor, University of Lagos, that has told you that you should not join them to say transport fare again. Their transport fare is the fare itself, F-A-R-E. That's why you see that number 2 on the slide that I'm saying fare. Fare is the money you pay for that movement. So why should we? It's just like saying sociology. So it is inside. You don't need to say it. Do you get what I'm saying? So don't join them else to say transport. There was a time that presidency in their speech during the former regime that they put it. I said they should consult experts to prepare some of these documents as it concerns transport.
In other words, you should use fare instead of transport fare.
Yes, but it is correct to say transport costs. You can say transport costs, but you shouldn't say transport fare, because there is transport inside fare. So
Hello, sir.
you talk. Yes, I'm listening. Obani Jesu.
Yes, sir. What? Yes, sir.
Mr.
What about
Obani Jesu, are you related to Imam, my God?
No, sir. No, sir. He was. I think he was inspired by my name, anyways.
You say what?
I think he's inspired by my name.
Okay, inspired by your name. We'll continue this conversation. Class governor,
Yes, sir.
make sure you let me see Obani Jesu. I have more questions for Mr. Obani Jesu. He has more
All right,
questions from me.
All right.
Okay, we are listening to you on a lighter mood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I want to know if it is correct to say transport expense.
Transport expense, right?
Yes, transport
It is
expense.
correct. It is correct. In accounting, you can use transport expense. But when you are talking professionally, when you are given a work to do as somebody who has gone to University of Lagos for logistics and supply chain, you should be able to put your report as fair. But when you are discussing with people in accounting, you can use transport expense. When you are discussing with people in the market, you can use transport costs. The abomination is transport fare. The most important thing is that you are communicating. If I'm speaking with you, henceforth, I don't want to say transport fare. If I am discussing with, that is why if you prepare your questionnaire and your respondents you are doing a study on last mile delivery or 3PL, and I'm supervising. I think I have like 5 of your friends that I'm supervising, and I'm supervising you. In your questionnaire, your question should be transport costs in your questionnaire, because the people that will respond to that question, they are not professionals like you. I communicate in class. Why are you not? Can somebody explain why you are not putting transport fare in your questionnaire? Why are you putting transport costs?
Because
Or why are you saying how much do you pay?
It's more understandable to everybody when you say transport costs.
Exactly. It is more. That is the advantage of communication. That is why somebody can open a YouTube channel and be making noise and speak all the kind of pidgin English, and people will still like him and follow him, because the guy is what? The guy is communicating. At that point of investigation, you should be concerned about your communication, not about your expertise. If you do expertise, they give you wrong excuse me, if you do expertise, they give you wrong feedback. Am I communicating in class?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. That is by design. I'm not teaching you research. Okay, now, when we say it is expensive to operate, which mode is applicable? Okay, when we say it is affordable, which mode? When we say it has an affordable rate, which mode?
Rail.
Affordable fare.
Rail.
Okay, rail. Okay. You can see what I said, that it depends on individuals. Class, are you with me?
Yes.
It depends on individual. To some is road, to some is rail. That is it. You know, for road, there are some bus stops you go that you get it cheaper. There are some points of the road that you will stay that you get it cheaper. Who can relate?
Uche can relate, Uche.
Mr. Uche, don't mind them. I can also relate.
It's like you traveling. It's like you want to travel to Ibadan and decide to go to a motor park. So you pay higher than when you stand in front of beggar and just join
You can
Of
see that
experience, out of experience.
Yes.
It is cheap but not safe.
Okay. What of it is expensive to operate?
Hey,
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. In fact, you are making me to enjoy this class. What of if accident occurs? Then rail is also expensive to operate. So there are no sacrosanct answers to them. You just name it and justify why you have said it. Do you understand? That's the secret in it. If accident occurs, it could be fatal. Which mode?
Pipeline.
Now, at this point, I want to
Both.
bring
All of
which
them, depending on the rate of accident.
It could be so.
Okay, now I think before we class, are we together?
We are together, sir.
Now we discuss these characteristics, this particular number 4, I want to bring to your attention that there is a difference between serious accidents and fatal accidents. Do you agree with me?
Yes, I agree with you, sir.
Sir.
What's the difference, Mr. Patrick? What's the difference?
there are incidents and there are accidents. In incidents, there might not be casualties.
No. Okay. Okay, that is for incident and accident. Now, for serious and fatal, what's the difference between serious accident and fatal accident?
Serious accidents, come when you sustain injury or serious injury, and fatal accident when somebody died.
Okay. Thank you. That simplifies it. Thank you for the simplicity in explanation. That simplifies it. So before you choose the mode that has this characteristic, make sure that you know the meaning of fatal. So I'm back to you as a class. If accident occurs, it could be fatal. That means somebody could die. There is 95, 96, 97% chance that somebody could die. Yes. That's the owner. That's the owner. It is the best in fluid substance movement. Which one?
Pipeline.
Mr. Ada, this is for you.
Thank you, boss. Thank you, sir.
That's for you. I've given you. That is pipeline. Pipeline. Fluid substance movements. Pipeline, straight. Is the best. No matter how you look at it, is the best. Then if accident occurs, it could be fatal. It could also be pipeline. Do you agree with me? It could also be pipeline.
Yes.
Just carefully look at those specific modes and
depends on the product you are transferring.
Exactly. So these are things that you will put in case there is a question in this direction. This is the kind of case that you put forward. Now, it is the best for bulky goods. Which one?
Rail.
C and rail. C and rail.
Okay, class. Let's look at grammar now. I didn't say it is good. I didn't say it is good. I didn't say it is better. I said best. I said best. So for rail and road, for rail and water, which one can carry bulky goods?
Water.
Yes. Is water because there is a kilogram, there is a weight, there is a load in kilogram that the rail can carry. It has its maximum. It must not get to that maximum. Yeah. And the maximum for water is far, far ahead of rail. We have freight rail. It is working. It was part of what I studied. It is working from Papa to Ibadan. It's working. There is a track for it. It's working, and at a point, they use the same track. At a point, they change track. I studied those points. Madam Ronald, you have the floor.
Okay, sir. I've been listening. We've not mentioned the air in terms of aircraft. It's not among the mode of transportation.
Number 7 should have it.
I said we've not mentioned air in terms of air.
We mentioned air. Maybe you were not. Class, did you mention air?
Number 4.
He did. He mentioned air.
We mentioned air. We did. We mentioned air.
It's fatal. And even number 7 should have it too for the air.
Can you see it here? Can you confirm here?
We mentioned it.
Transportation mode and facility of choice of modes.
My governor, you have the floor. Governor, you have the floor.
Mode of transport for water. We only mentioned pipeline. What about ship? We have this cruise ship, we have passenger ship too, and we have this cargo ship. So does ship not fall under water? Because when it comes to this space for bucking goods and all that, I think vessels should be there. When it comes to fighter, should be there to ship too. So I just want to clarify me on that.
Okay, thank you so much for your observation. Let me take you back to this place. Now, I said that the containers that are moving on those modes, they are the means of transport. The containers are the means. These ones are the modes. What you have just mentioned are the containers. They are the means. Bus is a container, is a means. Bicycle is a means. Bus, BRT bus, Uber car is a means. So all those ship, passenger ship, product ship, they are under means of transport. They are the containers that will now move on the structure of the earth. If you listen at the beginning, I said, I like to look at transportation modes from the structure of the earth. Either you come from beneath or you come from up. Either you come from the stratospheric, ionospheric, tropospheric region, under the atmospheric region, or you come from the hydrospheric region from down, it is still modes, and that is the channel that those containers will pass through. Water is where those things you mentioned will pass through. Land is where railroad, track, pipeline, they will pass through. Air, airplane, fighter, jet, all of them, they pass through. I hope that clarifies it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, so let's move on. It is the best in fluid substance. It's the best in fluid substance. It is the best for bulky goods. Water, you can now go specific to the means to say ship, to mention those types. Then it is the fastest. Which one? In Nigeria. In Nigeria, our local flights, can we say it is the fastest?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, they are still the fastest.
Is it not because of you are calculating?
Yes, sir.
If you
If
calculate
there's no
the time you are
delay.
waiting at the airport, if there is no delay, that's when you can say that.
Yes,
No,
if
sir,
there's
they
no
are not
delay.
the fastest. Because now
still
they
remain
flew
the
from
fastest.
airport to airport.
You see the fastest.
It's still the
It's
fastest
still the
regardless.
fastest, sir.
But
If there's no delay, it's
okay.
still the fastest.
But the
them are-
delay sometimes could be
All of them are
technical.
If I tell you my experience with this rail transport, how I wish it could go to Abuja on standard gauge, not narrow gauge, on standard gauge. How I wish it could get to Abuja from Lagos. If I tell you their we talked about those transportation characteristics. Their coordination is a top notch compared to my experience with flights. The last time I went to Abuja, I had to wait for the night flight. I was supposed to follow the late afternoon flights. They had to shift it to night flights. If I take rail, I would have gotten to where I am going, except if it is all things being equal. Otherwise, let me reserve my comment though. Except if it is all things being equal. except if it is all things being equal. So let's go to the next one. Maintenance is very expensive. Which one?
And C.
And C.
Rail,
And C.
C, then
Rail.
And C.
Okay. The next one, it requires sophisticated equipment for operation.
C. Rail. And C.
Okay, yes. A is applicable.
C.
Navigation. Water is applicable. Yes, is applicable. Some of you who work in the maritime sector, you will see that you have some agencies who are working like NEMASA, and those are agencies that do a kind of survey to survey your ship. How many people can relate to do survey on your ship? You know how much you pay, right? You know, some people are living large from that service.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. You're correct, sir.
So that is part of what makes it sophisticated.
How about there's also sophisticated land equipment?
Yes, even for land, you have some sophisticated land equipment.
Like the CNG virtual pipelines.
Yes, but okay, yes, you can also make a case to get that. Then, Sister I Believe, are you asking a question? Your hand is up. Your hand is raised. Then, if you are not, Madam Elena.
Yes, I'm asking a question, sir.
Yes.
You know, before you started these characteristics, from the beginning, you said that we should not apply one to all of them. One characteristic should go to one and others. But when we mentioned the expense is expensive to maintain, you applied it in all of them.
Don't worry. I will. Before Monday, I will send. I think your class needs my YouTube channel. I will send it to my YouTube channel. You watch it. What I said was that for this 8 character, this 9, you know, it was 8. I added 9. That's how you should also think of other ones. Me, I like when we are passing knowledge, we should not be sacrosanct. We should not be rigid. We should be flexible. I just thought of that 9th one now. And if you can argue it, it can stay. What I said was that, and when you listen to it, you will hear it again. What I said was that you cannot list all these 9 for one specific mode of transport as its characteristics. Okay. That you select, after this class, you can take a pen and paper, you can select, if you screenshot it now, you can write all the specific modes, you can select which one is applicable to this one, which one is, because a particular one could be applicable to 2 or 3.
Okay.
That was where you mixed up, yes. A particular characteristic could be applicable to 2 or 3. But I can tell you that the entire one, you say what?
I say it's not that it's clear, because when you said it before, what I understood is that one must be for one must be for the other, is that one cannot go for 3 of them at the same time. But it's clear now that if one can be applicable to the 3, you are good to go. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Okay. You're welcome. Now, for characteristics, I know you will do excellently well when you see it. I know you do excellently well when you see the characteristics. Now, don't worry, I will round off. I should be able to round off by Madam Elizabeth. It is because we're having interactive class. That's why we are still here. But by 2, we'll round off by God's grace. Okay, Madam Elizabeth.
Yes, so when you were talking about structure of the earth, I recall you said hydrosphere, lithosphere, biosphere, and atmosphere. Right.
Yes.
So these 4 spheres you've listed, where does I was lost? Where does water belong? Land, air? I was lost. So please, I would like you to group it again. Thank you.
Okay, water is hydrosphere.
Okay.
Okay, class, can we move on?
Sir, I'm saying, where does land, hair, like, where do they belong?
Land
It's
is
only the water.
lithosphere. Land is lithosphere. Am I getting your question?
Yes, sir. So where does hair
hair
belong? Hair.
Hair is atmosphere. Let me say it again. Let me say it again. On water, we are moving. Hydrosphere, lithosphere, biosphere, then atmosphere. Sister Amolara, you have the floor.
No, sir, I didn't raise my hand, sir.
Okay. Now, let us look at the factors of choice of modes. Factors of choice of modes. Now, look at this wisdom in this title. What I'm saying here is like 3 in 1. That title. No, the first thing I'm saying is that in this slide is that there are some reasons why you are using that bicycle. There are reasons why you are using bus. There are reasons why you are using train. What are the factors that are making you to use them? Placed under the reasons codon. So you will see that I have brought out means from modes. That's why I put means from in brackets. So what this thing is saying in a nutshell is that why are you using bus to work? Why are you using Uber to work? Why are you using train to work? Now, the first one is length of travel. Some people prefer air if the distance is, am I correct, class?
Yes.
If it is far, if it is not far, they wouldn't go by air. And another reason could be security. Security is not here. Am I correct?
Exactly.
Yes.
If it is far to some people and it is secured, they will choose bus.
Exactly.
If it is secured and far, they will choose bus.
Yes. Yes.
So the reason why some people choose train could be because of the weight and size of consignment. They choose water. So people can choose water mode to use ship when the weight is big of what you are carrying.
So another means is convenience. It's very important in transportation.
That's another factors of choice. Do you get what I'm saying? Another factors of choice. Another factors of the reason why you are choosing that particular convenience. For example, yes. For example, me, I like this rail. If I'm going to anywhere southwest, as long as the like Abeokuta, I prefer train. Like Ibadan, I prefer train. Then the traffic density. That's why I would not choose road. You can imagine the road that they have completed, Lagos Ibadan, and someone is now saying it is not. Someone is now saying that it will not. That they have done it, that there is no traffic, and the trailer just passes and the trailer just stops on the road. Traffic will just start from there. Another reason is nature of the route. If you are going from Lagos to Ibadan, you are going to travel longer kilometers compared to when you use rail mode of transport. Another is costs of travel. Some people like to use air mode, but because they don't have the money, that's why they are managing what they have. They say have pop-off is better than no bread. Then speed, when it is fast and they have an appointment, some people can decide to choose a mode. Another is reliability. They believe anytime they get there, like me, I will give it to rail transport, Lagos to Ibadan. That's the standard gauge. They are reliable. Then security, convenience. Then this is where the security comes in, the safety is where it comes in. I just observed that it's there. Then don't forget that safety is different from security. Safety is an internal thing, while security is an external thing. Within that train, if there are cases of theft, people might not like it, even when the external part is safe. nature of goods being transported. If you have a lot of goods that you want to move from Lagos to Ibadan, you might want to use another mode other than road, other than bus. Distance to travel, I've said that before. Am I correct? Did I say that before? Class, do you remember that?
Yes, yes.
Then accessibility, is it close to, can you, Madam Ronald, you have the floor.
Yeah, or can it also add fear? Some people,
Under safety and security.
Phobia.
Thank you. Phobia.
Okay, phobia. Travel phobia.
Yes, sir.
Some people don't like flying. Some people don't like going by road. Some people don't like going by sea. So that's phobia.
Yes, that's the reason I want us to reason it. That was why I said it is not rigid. It is not rigid at all. Okay.
And so another factor again, I think location and location of the country or continent. Like in Europe, I think most of them they like roads by rail because of they have a good security and all those stuff. I think it's another factor again.
That's accessibility.
Accessibility.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I think we are able look at the factors again in graphics. That's the factors in graphics, type of goods. There are some types of goods that you cannot take. You take water, canoe, when you carry fresh fish. You see the Badagry people, they carry fresh fish. They prefer to take water to go to transport it, so that they will not be polluting the bus when they bring one of the spoiled crab inside the bus. So by next class, we'll start with principles of spatial interaction. With these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you about the first 5 topics in transportation techniques and management.